about what they got going on for themselves.
I like that I came up with that on the spot. Fun fact, but anyway, yeah. Anywho, it looks like they're going to be doing a very, very typical setup. Oh well, I say that, but they have no sage.
You are correct here. This is so interesting. So VGA have opted to not go for the Sage here on Haven. Now I would understand if they perhaps went for like let's say like 2 controllers, but they opt for the 2 duelist setup instead with the Raze and also the Phoenix. So if these two if these two don't go ahead and put up the value as their duelists, this is gonna be look really unfortunate as they don't have enough utility, don't have as much utility on both sides as they just give up C.
Fake. The fake is real, dude.
PDHM gives us C, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be plant. That's wild.
Planting right in front of him. Wow, he could have turned the corner into him and probably gotten a little bit of a kill off the plant. Would have been able to prevent it, obviously. But oh well, here we are. Things are kicking off now. Just trading tit for tat. Everybody getting a kill and then instantly dying right after the fact. But just kind of trying to break the trend here. Now are the defenders in VGA. School trying to hold it down around the corner, and yeah, he is pretty much going to be doing that along with Doffy. The Ghost really coming in handy, and they take 2 apiece, making the pistol round go very, very well for them.
Yeah, and VGA right there got absolutely tricked and bamboozled. It was almost like looking in a Danish cookie box, expected to find sewing supplies, but they actually found cookies. Like,
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with this one, to be honest with you.
You've never seen it? Oh no,
I have never ever heard that before in my life.
So mainly in South Asian household. So there's one just classic box, classic blue tin of Danish cookies which everybody buys, but it is always used to store sewing supplies. It's like, so go ahead and tell me in chat if you can have one of those at home. But I know I do. I remember there's one time I actually found one. But one thing that kicks us fine as a kill onto my list. National trade for going over to them as a plant down here, going yet again to the side of PDHM.
They're gonna be trying to pick their way through the wall like it's Shawshank Redemption up in here, but
there you go. You got it.
Very chilling on the hill with superior numbers and the ability to not have to push. And they know where the enemies are coming from as well. Pretty much a lot of good things going for PDHM right now. Their opponents are now deciding that now is their time to shine. Putting out a little bit of dope smokage, but not really stopping School from killing them. Pretty much all of them, in fact. Yeah, they're all dead. And that is going to be another round for PDHM.
Yeah, just as easily as that. It's like, so their overall point retakes so far have been absolutely beautiful. How you went ahead and seen them executed, as they don't necessarily rush the point,
This is a nice spot.
but they somewhat slow play. But the team immediately have that trigger as soon as they get on the point. They're exactly where to go. Walls go up, cages go down, smokes are dropped, and kills are found. So it's really well on the overall execution. They slow play after getting on the point, but the trigger is pulled, and they're doing really well for themselves. They decide looks like it's going to be a B push this time, if I'm not mistaken. So it's really good by them, changing it up, and immediately, like I said, triggers pulled, walls are raised, smokes are dropped, and they're already on the point.
That is a really, really nice rush from them. They are kind of still not playing the bomb. Oh, they went all the way through to A. What a play! They smoked it, and they're none the wiser. That is really good. Roasty still lurking around the corner. He's gonna catch one that he's stunned, but oh, he does take down a 2. Actually, it was technically 3, but he took down 2 there, and he really, really put his team in a good position to recover from this. PDHM just do not know what the heck hit them. And yeah, Mix is going to be on the site, but now with the bomb back in their hands, they're finally going to be able to plant. But in a good spot.
Low.
Might be short-lived though. Yeah, very short. Couldn't even get off the plant.
Unfortunately, so and Ricky Bonkers just a small little BM, like just delaying it a little bit because considering how much time they have. But overall, the really smart play in the beginning for the side of VGA, but for the side of PDHM, but Roasty on the back end because they didn't spot him out because he's outside the point, getting a 3K element for himself, saves around for his team, and just like that, you do see that VGA are back in it.
I'll be honest, it's not every day you see something as audacious and ballsy as that from PDHM. It almost worked out if it had not been for one man, and that is the Phoenix for VGA, excuse me. Roasty, the man, the myth, the legend, in the making, I guess you could say. Not really a legend just yet, but could very well turn into one when all is said and done. Mindless, basically all by his lonesome on A now. Pretty much went about as well as you could expect. And oh, apparently going for a little bit of a jump out. Roasty taking him by surprise, taking 2 down. And Doppy, revealing their locations, now gets a little bit of an idea where the rest of them are at.
You will not kill my
Camera is dropped, but doesn't see anybody at all as you see the fireman.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, Roasty. Don't do it to him, man.
Oh my goodness, I love that. I'm just keeping him nice and what? Oh my god, I thought that I was a little bit confused there. I did not realize that it switched for a second there, and I thought that they both died, and I was like, what? They just got 2-piece like that? But anyways, it is gonna be even Stevens now. Might have been a good starting off in the pistol rounds from PDHM, but wide awake now is VGA, and they have come to play as well. It might not necessarily be going exactly the way they want, but I guess a team like PDHM, I don't think you could really hope for much better than it being as close as it is right now. PDHM are definitely a squad that put in a lot of work. These guys are definitely well known, and they kick some serious butt.
Yeah, absolutely, and consecutively, because you have one NC. Because remember we talked about the beginning whether they would be able to put the no stage setup to work as Roasty, because we need to see those duelists put their time in and get these kills out, and they've been doing exactly that. Both of them fragging absolutely monstrously, and then now you see on the screen that just there as a Roasty too. Already 7 kills, so they make that 8 actually, I believe. Like kill it on these frags, and even on the all 2 move last round, he went ahead and got 2 for himself before he died on that. Make that 9 kills for himself. God damn, this man is on absolute tear.
Dude, this dude is literally just eating them alive right now. Bomb is still down in the spawn. They're keeping it there just in case the push does not go the way they want it to. The time is now of the essence, and Sage of PDHM is now thinking that now would be a good time to push up with it. They're going to be making a little bit of a way through the garage here. Smoking out the Raze and Ricka Bonkers, but not really getting too much value for that smoke as one of them loses their life amidst it, and another blinding effort going to be taking them down for the count. It's really making it easy for VGA in that round. They used their utility very, very well in that round. Just denied their opponent's sight, got some good information, split apart really well, and basically read them like a book.
Yeah, definitely. So at one point to note there, though, so those 3 flashes have actually been nerfed, so they only last for just over a second. So as soon as you get that flash out and it's popped, you're to be able to rush in and put it to absolute maximum utility, which is as what Roasty is doing exactly. Like he's been so well on his utility, and plus being able to pop those heavy flanks and be able to land these flanks is so sick right now. Though, as you see a 4 push right after B side, Roasty is taken out. That's a huge shutdown here.
They're trying to make the run through again. Actually deciding against it this time, but Brimstone somehow surviving all the chaos. He's just chilling in one of his own smokes right here, and just like that, he's got really nobody around him. He's in a little bit of disbelief right now, as much as I am, but that's because they've got Cypher in there with a little bit of a camera, keeping an eye on it. Sofa going in with a little bit of a drone as well. Gonna be slowing Bomb. Like a Bonkers going for a little bit of a hit on the guy in window. It doesn't hit him with the rocket, but with the gun he pulls out, does really stick it to him. Good retake from VGA, dude. I mean, that from... sorry, Brimstone was just so nice. I really dig that. Just the composure to just sit in that corner. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you've got literally the entire enemy team around you, and you've got one person on your team down, and they're literally overflowing on the site, and there's no one there to help you, and there's literally no one there to save you, just the composure to just say, alright, I'm gonna go for a little bit of a plan here. If it works out, great. If not, that's right. And my teammates are still there. Yeah.
As Rosie with one health at her dream, going on it, can you go ahead and live with it? Oh, he can't! No, to get two, but still, I was gonna say with the last round, but even if they went ahead and got the shutdown, Rosie, Rickenbacker putting an absolute king of 4K for him, so at the end that save, which I have to really, I was wondering about that final peak, which she did because the ult was out. I would have went ahead and went around to the other side, maybe even go down mid, considering the Sage was looking down. She honestly just went ahead and gave her life away, but still, we got too bad for us. Plant is down though, but what can VGA do?
I mean, they are at a little bit of a manpower disadvantage, but a little bit of good teamwork. Apparently not. Just as I'm about to say, they could possibly do it. They both peek the corner, and they both get taken down by the same dude. Last one is swiftly mopped up. And just like that, PDHM taking a good round away from their opponents. But if you look at their economy, it didn't hurt them too bad. Just tickled a little bit. But they might be doing a little bit of, they might be applying a little bit of extra force this time around. Might be feeling the burn a little bit more if they do continue to lose these rounds. Again, just pointing out, double op setup coming in here from these guys. And this is very ballsy, coming off of a loss, spending big, dude.
Yeah, so if they can't put this to work, this will be absolutely awful. But Polonium decides, I want to make you eat those words, and already getting a pick at the beginning of the round, aiming down seat long, not afraid to even move for a second. Oh, misses the shot. Okay, you get the second. Oh, you cannot.
Yeah, just getting completely overwhelmed on the point. So that is going to be, wow. That's at least one up down, putting it down the wall, making sure that ain't nobody coming on in here unless they know about it. Keeping an eye on Garage and their, basically the rotation from Garage as well. Stova's watching very close in the middle map to watch the rotation there. And it looks like not really keen on it, these guys. Roasty and his buddy Mindless just saving the op and the Vandal, keeping it real for next. They know that they've been beaten, and there is not really too much of a way for them to get in there without really damaging their economy potentially. So they're doing the smart thing. They're not going to be taking the lead away from them, at least. So what they can do here is just keep their guns for next round and try and build things up from there and keep the economy nice and good.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really smart play there from the side of VGA being able to go ahead and keep the economy alive. Because I know you go ahead and see for most of the compadres on their team, they're gonna go ahead and be relegated down to pistols and almost no shoes. Actually, wait, no, they decide even after that double op setup, they still want to go ahead and get these full buys. Except Polonium, I guess he decides since he wants the op, he'll go ahead and save this round, so you can go ahead and go for that next round. So not completely full buys, but still pretty solid overall. Polonium just was not able to capitalize on the op, only getting one frag from or something, and got overwhelmed onto C site.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they should still have one, right? They did sneak
They do indeed, yeah.
But yeah, Roasty getting full team rush, not much you can do. Putting down your ult in the back of the site to try and prevent any pushes up from heaven, but down bottom, not really much you can do up against all those dudes. And now they're going to be getting basically full site control, blocking them off. He's got full lockdown on the site. Maybe tripping a little bit of a tripwire, so they know exactly what they're trying to do. Very unlikely that anyone comes up behind him. Brimstone's going to try and come up after the Sage. Just Bonkers. Oh, actually, he does take down the Sage there, making a little bit of an entry. And speaking of which, it's looking very likely now. It's just the PDHM Brimstone, so Polonium gonna try and make a little bit of a push up and make a delay for his teammate to get the defuse. But Fire coming on out. Well-placed Molotov from Reacha, gonna force him off of it. He's gonna get right back up on it. Maybe he got halfway, or...
he got the fuse!
He did it. Doesn't escape with his life, but gets the point nonetheless. I'm sure he's thoroughly happy about that.
That was
literally the tightest of margins, dude. I can't believe it.
That was massive. Oh my god. You reach it. I have to think, if I'm reaching it, I'm probably kicking myself in the shit, thinking, why not just peek that he knew he had to go ahead and defuse it. The time was already up. Maybe he thought he wasn't gonna be able to get it. But it's like, still, he literally just sat there and got an easy defuse off right now, going ahead and get the point for himself, and at that point leading for the side of VGA. It's like, that was sick. I believe that's almost his second clutch here by Ricky Bonkers, right there at the end. Final seconds coming through. Shout out to him.
Smoke's down.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing pretty good this game so far. A little bit of a feint coming the way of A, potentially just scouting it out, it looks like. But coming on up real quick, getting a free headshot on his opponent. Schooled now in total control of the site. And now they've got a little bit of info, gonna wall that area off. Just keeping on with the typical setup. Saw a guy over the wall. He's gonna be trying to... They all ran away. If he can keep this going and just get around the corner and boost himself, yes, he could potentially get a hit here, but too far away. I mean, they are playing a really, really deep-lying defense. I gotta be honest, Schooled, they've gotta be really, really with what they're doing. One unbelievable miss from Toasty. He's gonna pay for it as well, and a team ace. Everybody getting a kill. You get a kill. You get a kill. Everybody gets a kill, unless you are on Team VGA and you get none. Because it was as well.
But just like that, PDHM are back into it. Like, looking so strong. But just for a second here, Toasted, that was kind of an... Like, I really gotta wonder, it's like, where the shot went, though. Because it looked as though it was right in front, right on Doffy. But it's like, it just didn't land. Which is wild, though. But not because of that, though, the economy will suffer. And VGA will relegate it to going ahead and using pistols and one judge, I believe I saw.
I believe I saw a judge as well, and it's Rothi coming around the corner, guns a-blazing, but swift headshot from Kicks is gonna deny the dreams of that one. Another shotgun, surprise, surprise, coming out from Mindless, and they do not want the chance of a third shotgun, although I would highly doubt that is the case. Coming around that corner, they're gonna really narrow their opponents into coming one of very few ways. They're either gonna pretty much come through a short, which nobody is. Well placed arrow, dude. And coming on down, flashing them out and taking advantage of that. Now it's only Raze versus 3. Could potentially do it, but he's only got a pistol from what it looks like.
Yeah, but it does not matter. The Ricky Bonkers is able to just take down Kicks. It is a 1v2. Right there. Unfortunately not though, but quick little play though, but by Polonium, because he saw that School was right below him, so he sends the paranoia below him from heaven, jumps down and kills him with a pistol. That was a really nice play by him overall, like really well done. Able to be able to at least get one back. But still, unfortunately, you know, PDHM go ahead and maintain their lead. But this is still a much more of a back and forth game, and the one we saw in the first round here, Kyle. But it's like, so it's really interesting as you see both teams are pretty evenly matched. And I gotta say, I love to see that. It makes for much more exciting plays.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me if this happened. It's 6-6. Dead even, it wouldn't surprise me, but as you can see, this is gonna be the time to throw in all your ults, literally leave everything out on the pitch, on the paint, on the field, whatever you want to call it in your sports analogy. But yeah, they're gonna get full control over site. PDHM have kind of so sneaky from Polonium. He's gonna be getting all the way on away from that, getting himself into a good position for his team potentially. He's gonna see the revive, unable to get it, as simultaneously reviving and killing, both giving and taking life with either hand, apparently is the Sage of PDHM, and that is going to be really, really good for them. Taking a lead and not making it 6-6 at the half, as now they are going to be on the defensive side, which we have seen do some good work for quite a few teams in the past.
I believe you also heard the HO saying here, Kyle, you know, like one mouse button clicks and the other one takes away, right? It's just, I believe that was in very exactly what that stage demonstrated. But we are in already to the switch right now. We do have VGA on the attack with PBHM on the defense. So we'll see. So maybe we might see that PJ is much more of an attack team, considering what they're able to pull out. But still, PBHM still does maintain their over 2-round lead. But we'll see if they go ahead and extend it even more as we head into this pistol round.
Yeah, I mean, they are going to get a little bit of info potentially here from Ray's crossing the tripwire. Even if he does see it, he's going to, yeah, he definitely saw that. And he's going to be still letting him know because he gets a notification every time his tripwire is destroyed. So that's, despite the fact that he's not caught in it, still enough info to call for a rotation. It's very rare to do a split push on a pistol round. Basically, Napoleon Warfare style. Everybody gets in a line and tries to just kill everybody with sheer firepower. Just numbers of bullets going in one direction. Obviously, it's going to kill a lot of people. Tossing some ordnance over the wall to try and put off the fuse. Now that they're all out of it, trying desperately to get through the wall of their own creation, I do believe that the defenders still going to be doing it, overwhelming the wall, pouring through the gaps, and at the same time, one hangs back and gets to the fuse. It's what you like to see from PDHM. They're looking really, really amazing right now.
Yeah,
the biggest lead we've seen so far, in fact.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, three-round lead. PBHM overall a really good use of utility, especially on that stage as well. And I gotta say, while I was watching that race cam, I felt helpless too, because thinking like, oh man, it's taken down. I can't even get to it, and you only have a class. There's only so much he could do. So just that gut feeling of I can't do anything here. Probably just watch it weigh out of them as I go and see that as Daffy finds the cam. That's gonna suck since it's completely spotted out. No more sneaky little plays here for the side. Of VGA, like being able to spot any of their opponents. But considering they do go ahead and have a 3-round lead, the PBHM need to go ahead and play this a little bit more smart. They have gone for the classic setup here on defense, gone for the 1-1-1-1, 1C, 1 garage, 1B, and 1A. But we see the Brimstone making a rotation back to spawn, going over to B. Looking Bonkers gets spotted out a little bit as Makesy finds Mindless.
Gotcha.
Right now, well, they're Toasty the Toaster, but Kicks using the slow oh so well to keep her opponent nice and stationary. Hip firing through the smoke as you always do, and just finding some good value for it. 3, and I count them, 3 kills there for Sage. Really doing a heck of a job. Not only with the slow, but after the fact as well. Catching them, not letting him escape into the smoke. He says, oh no, buddy, you're mine. It's like when the fish tries to get off the hook. Well, it does get off the hook, but you catch it with your hand, and then you just take it all the way back, and you put it in the bag, and then you got it for good. Or the bucket, I guess you could say.
Hey, sure, dude, I'm all for it. I've never been fishing, so I can't necessarily relate.
Me neither, to be honest, but...
Hey, nice.
Yeah. I only went fishing once. It was ice fishing, and it was not fun. Not a good experience.
Well, ice fishing sounds like so much fun. But you know what doesn't sound fun? Getting killed within the first 10 seconds of the round, which is exactly what happened to Polonium.
Big facts, and you're still just dictating this match so far. Usually it's the attacking team that dictates the pace of the game because they decide where the match is going to be fought at, or what the venue is going to be, whether it's A, B, or C. They usually dictate that, but Their opponents are basically moving them around. They're guessing. They're playing the guessing game really, really well. Basically everything they do, they seem to see it coming. And now that they're going for B, it would not surprise me that now that Cypher's there, if he does get a little bit of info there. Doesn't even need the info. Sees with his own 2 eyes and takes him down. Another one bites the dust, and it is looking very, very difficult now for VGA as they only have 1 left up against 5. Gonna be just going for picks here, I guess, but I mean, 1 versus 5 might have been better suited for a save, but who's to say that he would have been able to get away when he's as close as he is there, but yeah, I don't really know. Who's to say?
So if I'm VGA right now, I'm thinking, oh man, we're down by almost 5 points here into the second half after a very close first half, I might add. So it's like, I'm thinking they might want to go for one of the split pushes on attack. You know, maybe go ahead and then send 2 on B, maybe 3 on A, and leave the spike behind in a much more neutral location, just in case one of them does get picked off. The spike isn't down for them. So go ahead, leave that a little bit more behind, and try to find at least 1 pick. You go ahead and find 1 pick. Then your entire team knows you go ahead and rush right onto that point, and that might be the play here right now. But still decide. Let's go ahead and still stay together. Wait, no, never mind. They're split up.
Ooh, what a shot!
Get picked out.
Gonna be taking him down real easy like shots right to the noggin. It looks like they're still undeterred though, VGA, as they are still dead set on the garage going on in, and Mixes is gonna be. He sees him coming around the corner, kind of, his shoulder kind of poking out, but he's gonna get face shotted through the wall all the same. And yeah, without any ordnance to really put down, no more specials to use. He's pretty much stuck at that health, especially because they have no Sage. That's a little bit of a risky move, as always. I mean, there are some characters that can heal themselves, like Reyna, who they don't have, and sorry, oh my goodness, Phoenix. And I kept wanting to call him Raze, but that is another character, like Raze, the ground, like burn it to the ground. It's whatever. Anyways, really running low on time here, dude, but they are gonna be still getting it down at the last possible second, guaranteeing that little bit of money and denying the Sage heal. So no more heals coming from Sage. Roasty trying to go big, but Kicks catching him just in the nick of time. Flicks on point, and he is going to be getting that swift defuse, putting it real even closer to a PDHM victory. 6 points ahead with 2 more rounds to win. Sitting pretty right now, PDHM.
And that was a really nice positioning I found with PDHM, especially by Kicks, going up on the box right to the side, right below Haven. Most people would definitely get for the Haven. So she was at the top. She went ahead and dropped down after getting those first picks and still having a little high ground. That does mean that you can necessarily just be able to get a headshot on her right away. So really good job by her, and basically using her teammates as body shields, so that way she go ahead and pick off the leg. As Doffy takes a ripple doctor right there, and Roasty.
I'm getting flashbacks from last game, dude.
Huge shutdowns here, man. But can they get more reaching it with the back end? But Doffy can't close on Polonium.
That was a rough miss. And Polonium starting to string some together here. He's got 2 and just 1 down the corridor, but Mixes knows exactly where he is, taking the op and leaving a little bit of a spray behind, a little bit of a calling card, if you will, and a promise that they're going to be finishing things off right here, especially now that they have the op, they got the money, they've got everything in the palm of their hand right now. It's their game to lose, PDHM, but full ults, it looks like, for the other team. And well, only -1 for Sova on the PDHM side, so we might be seeing a huge explosive end to this potentially.
Now, do remember, if you do want to go ahead and peek it off, you have to fast peek it, or be able to go back and forth a little bit between it, so you can't just like slow peek and go to the side. He already gets 1. Goes off of it. You have just about a second and a half if you want to go in onto the op while they are resetting. So you have to go ahead and rush them. I have to go ahead and rush them. These 2 seconds while the op resets.
where you are.
Doffy's still on the op and he knows exactly where they are, just like you said. You heard it here first. But Schooled taking down all of his teammates and finishing up strong. Well, all of his opponents. I don't know why I said teammates there. They're obviously not on the same team. And really driving that point home as he kills them and taking the win away from them. Schooled. Finishing it up for PDHM. Looking good in this first map. Going to be going into next, which is Ascent. Obviously, it's obviously newer than all the other ones as it came out with Season 1, so